Hi, I'm here with a book review. I'm here with a series review of the Parasol Protectorate books by Gail Carriger. I read these a long time ago and actually wrote out my review and everything and just never filmed it. So I thought I would do that now, and actually I'm hoping this will encourage me to start reading one of the spin-off series that I own the first 2 books in. The Parasol Protectorate books, it's a series of 5 books. They are Soulless, which I gave 4 stars, Changeless, which I gave 5 stars, and then I went to Blameless, which I gave 4 stars, Heartless 4 stars is what I gave it, and Timeless is the last one, which I gave 4 stars. It's about a woman named Alexia Terabody, and she is soulless. So it is historical fiction with paranormal and steampunk elements. And so in this world, it's like Victorian England, and like vampires and werewolves are a thing. And it's that like vampires and werewolves have like excess soul, and then a soulless person can like hurt like those paranormal creatures. And so she's like a 20-something single girl. She's very odd, eccentric, and she ends up getting tied into all of these goings on with different paranormal creatures. It's funny, and it's very like witty funny, like not funny, but like, I don't know, it's subtle humor, and Alexia is awesome. So actually, speaking of that, let's talk about some of the characters. So Alexia is definitely your main character, and she's very independent, she's very strong-willed, maybe too strong-willed sometimes, but she's also very feminine, and I feel like you don't see that a lot of times when you have like very strong, independent characters. A lot of times authors will end up trying to give them more masculine traits because that's like an easier way to make them strong. Instead, she is still like, she still cares about the way that she looks. She's actually very focused on that, and I think that's hilarious. Also, she also grows a lot throughout the series, but she still maintains who she is. Like, so she develops but doesn't lose those like good solid parts of who she is, which I think is what should always happen to characters. And there is Connell, who is a werewolf, and I think that's how you say his name, I don't know. And he's like an alpha werewolf, and he really is an alpha. And I love that Gail Carriger like actually acknowledges what an alpha means. Like, I think a lot of times we talk about alpha males, but like within a pack structure, an alpha is a thing and a beta is a thing, and they actually have specific roles and everything. And because it's a werewolf like clan, you specifically have like an alpha and a beta and a gamma. I grew up with dogs, so I'm very aware of like what an alpha in a dog structure looks like, and it was nice to see it done like for real and not just like that's not the only thing that makes an alpha. And he's very wolf-like, and he's a great character. I love him, and he and Alexia have like great interactions and everything. There is a ton of great side characters. There is a vampire whose name I cannot say. Goldama? I don't know. It's like Akeldama. Who I love. He's so funny. And he's throughout like the whole series, and he and Alexia also have a great relationship. They both love clothes. Or Flute, I don't know how to say any of these names, and he is Alexia's like butler, and he is like what I love about historical books and TV shows is you have like this mysterious butler who like knows things but like doesn't, like, I don't know. I love characters like that. You have Biffy, who hangs out with the vampire, and he's funny, and he develops a lot throughout the series. Lyle, who is the beta in the werewolf clan, and again, just great representation of what a beta is and like what it does within a pack. And then Ivy, who is Alexia's best friend, and she's another character that I feel like really grows a lot and like is throughout the whole thing and is interesting. So the writing it's very wordy and funny, like I said before, and by wordy, like it feels almost classical to me, where like, you know, you'll have like crazy long sentences where just like you throw in commas and semicolons and everything just to make it a really long sentence. And there's something really beautiful about that, like the ability to do that as a writer. I think a lot of people, especially now, young adult especially, you see very like short sentences because they tend to like create like a faster pace to them, which makes sense, and there's nothing wrong with that writing style. Like that takes skill just like this takes skill. But there's something really pretty about a long, intense, wordy sentence, and like it's not just descriptions, like the dialogue is very wordy, but it totally makes sense. And I find it very distinctive. Like Gail Carriger's books don't feel like anyone else's books to me. And that's one of the things I loved about reading them and why I want to continue reading them. If you've read these and you know another author that does write like her, please let me know, because I would love to check it out. So then there's like the paranormal things, which I always like to talk about separately when I have like a paranormal book or series. I thought they were very well developed. There's ghosts as well. It's not just, I forgot about the ghosts. So there's mainly ghosts, werewolves, and vampires. It felt very real, like this whole society where like ghosts and werewolves and vampires coexist with humans and are a part of like English society and have like their own social structure and everything. It felt very real. Like it felt like this could legit have happened in the 1800s. I also liked the addition of like steampunk elements, and I think having the paranormal makes the steampunk flow in easier. I actually don't read a ton of steampunk or anything like that. Not for any particular reason, I just haven't. Actually, as a side note, if you have any recommendations for what you think I should check out for that, or like what would be a good introduction, let me know down in the comments below, because I would love to check it out. Especially this kind of stuff, like historical. I've read, I think, Beck McMaster's. I think her books are kind of like this, like steampunk historical romance. And the steampunk brought in like interesting technology, which brought in interesting characters and everything. Like I don't want to like go into too much because I don't want to be like spoilery about everything, but I found that cool. And I like that. That's what I mean by fully developed. Like it's not just, okay, there's vampires and werewolves and ghosts, but it's like there are all these characters. This is how they live in society. This is what their society looks like. These are the technology that they use. Because they exist, there's this technology. Like this has caused this to exist and this to like happen. And it's like that's what really happens in the world. So it shows how much Gail Carriger knows about what she's doing. I will say I didn't write it down. There is a romance running throughout all of this. However, I wouldn't consider it a very strong part of the story, like a main focus. It's just one running plot line, and I don't want to like go too far because I don't want to spoil things. But I liked the way it was handled. I thought it was done very well. I thought it was a very honest look at a romance, like a relationship, I guess, between two people. It looks at different aspects of that as a relationship grows and progresses, but it's not like the main focus. Like I would not consider this a historical romance because of that. So would I recommend it? Absolutely. I think if you like any of the things that show up in here, if you like historicals, if you like romance, if you like paranormals, I think that you should at least give Soulless a try and see if it'll hook you. If you like Soulless, I believe you will like the rest of the books, but if you don't like it, I don't think you would like it. Writing is distinctive, so I think that's the biggest thing to see if it would turn you off or not. But if you like it, then I think you would love it. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments or questions or anything like that, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. And thank you again. Bye.